I guess this podcast is like an extension of that as well. But you know what else it is? I realize is that I've always want to do something different. I always want to do something new. All right, well, we are here for the very first episode of the Tonicpreneur, and I am very excited about my guest today, my mother. Do you see the resemblance? Yes. And for anybody who's just like listening, we have a video version on YouTube, and then there's just the plain podcast version that's going out where all podcasts go out, I suppose. I don't know. Okay, I ramble. I digress. So yeah, I just thought it was very fitting to have you here for my first episode because, you know, you've just always been there encouraging and motivating me. And, you know, you were there the day you gave birth to me.
Kind of had to be.
This is true, yes.
Didn't have a choice.
What I'm trying to say is you've just been there since day one, okay? Thank you. So, yes. And, you've just been there through everything that I've been trying to do with my graphic design, video, and now podcasting. So here we are talking about stuff. Yeah.
And
drinking while doing so. That is the tonic from the Tonicpreneur.
Like the tonic.
Yes.
Gotta like the tonic.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's keeping the creative juices flowing.
When you told me you were going to be doing these and why, the first thing that came to mind was when you were about 7. You remember Bob Ross?
Of course.
How we used to sit and watch Bob Ross. You did not sit with me too often to watch TV shows. Bob Ross was one of them. The other one was Xena.
Classic Xena, yeah.
Couldn't really encourage you in that direction.
Well,
you know,
I still got a little warrior princess in me.
Princess,
I think.
And you did have the reindeer and all the other handmade equipment.
Okay. Okay.
But I digress.
Please.
Bob Ross, artist. For everybody who doesn't know, he used to come on PBS. I believe over the weekends.
I believe so. But how does anyone not know who Bob Ross is? My goodness.
I mean, the man has a cult following, and it's sad he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But Sean would watch Bob Ross with me and actually looked interested in what he was doing. So what most mothers would do, let's encourage that. Let's nurture it. Let's see if it'll grow. And unlike most mothers who might have started with watercolors, crayons, and colored pencils, markers, I went straight for the oils. Sean is going to do an oil painting from scratch. None of that paint by numbers stuff. Not for her. She's going to get a palette, an easel, and canvas. She went from 0 to 100 with the oil painting.
Yeah. And I feel like I still am that way to this day. But like that painting that I did, like I hated it. I really hated the way it came out.
I saw the potential where it could go.
I was so disappointed because it did not like Bob Ross created this masterpiece. And then I just created this thing on canvas. It was supposed to be exactly like what he did.
And honestly, I get that.
Wait. I know I was 7. I know that I was 7. But in my mind, I just knew, like, oh, okay, I'm going to follow him and it's going to be the same exact thing.
But you never held a brush like that. You never dealt with oil paints. You never, ever, ever painted like that.
There is no excuse for failure.
Well, there it is. And that would explain why you never picked it up again.
I clearly that was not my thing. I can't do oil paintings. But it was just like, I don't know, like, I think what that taught me, that experience, I know that I realized later on in life that I hold myself to a certain standard.
Yes.
A higher standard than most people around me. So like you'll be like, oh yes, and I'll just be sitting there like, oh, this could be better. Ooh, I should have done this differently. And I'm always like picking myself apart. And even like you say, like you could have started me off with watercolors, but you went straight for the oil paints. And it's kind of like that every single time for me now. Like whenever I start something new, I just want it to have top tier everything, equipment and quality and production every single time. Hence a podcast with a video segment to it that, you know, I guess can now be used for social media and marketing and distribution right out the gate.
All the bells and whistles.
I mean,
but it's a good thing. I mean, the quality I like and the things I see in you is that you aim really high.
yeah.
And when you see that it might be a little bit too high, you know how to pull it in a little bit.
Sometimes.
Just a little bit. And you get there. Like case in point, when you started doing video. When you started doing video, you had never done video like that before. I don't even know how your friend got to the idea that you could videotape her wedding.
Oh, Ashonda.
Yes.
Yeah. No. So I asked her if I could just do the photography, right? And I was like, all right, I would try out this photography thing because my camera did photo and video. And she's like, oh, no, I already have a photographer, but if you could do video, you should do the video. And I was just like, okay, yeah.
Did you even think to say, I never did video before?
I think I did. I have to, maybe I can hit her up for another episode. But I believe, I think I told her that I did not know what I was doing. But by the time the day came, I would be ready. I think.
And okay.
I have to ask her.
You set a goal.
Yeah. There was a definite deadline.
That's right.
Right. There was a
and
date.
You did it.
I did brush up. I did start practicing and trying to figure stuff out.
And was she happy?
She was. She really was.
I mean, I saw some of it. The intro was very creative. I loved it.
Okay.
You did this whole lead up to the wedding.
I started doing some research.
It was really, really nice.
I saw how professionals were.
And
getting it done.
you nailed it. And that's what I'm talking about. But you set these goals for yourself, and when they're obtainable, you nail it. You really do.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, I think it's a lot to do with, I don't know. It's like that nature versus nurture thing. Like how much is it already in you, and then how much of it has been allowed to flourish and grown and cultivated over the years and stuff.
I'm glad you said that too.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, not that there are bad parents out there, but with you, and I see you doing it with your kids, when there's an interest, you encourage it. You don't tell them, oh, you know what, that might be too difficult for you. Let's look over here at something else. It could be whatever, art. You said Devon was interested in track.
Yeah. I mean, it's in his blood. So nature versus nurture right there. Nature, both his parents ran track. His dad was cross country and I was a sprinter. And so once I had him, I just went to the track with him one day just to, try to stay in shape and keep it tight, keep it right and all that. So I took him to the track with me. And I was just like, all right, let's have a good time. We did some warm-up laps, He ran like a solid mile. He jogged a solid mile, just good, like energy for days. And I was just like, okay, all right. That's good, I guess. And so then we started doing some sprints, and we got the cutest pictures out of it and everything. And after that, we probably just went a few more times, but it wasn't something that we regularly did. And now it's like he's not interested in any sports, any after-school activities, really. He's interested in the anime club, whatever that is. But track is the only thing he's really considering doing. And, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not mad at that at all. I'm all for it, I just got to make sure I don't turn into one of those moms. It's like, all right, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's wake up and start. Yeah.
No, but there was, when you were doing it, it almost seemed to come naturally to you. And you got in that space. I never woke you up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get you to go run track. I barely was able to go see you. I had to sneak into one of your events, and I thought you would not see me at the other end of the field behind the fence. And
I felt you. I honestly felt you. And it was because like the first meet we had, I went too hard. I didn't train for that race. I didn't know how to run it. And so I just went out and exhausted myself and just felt like so horrible to like come in fourth place. I came in fourth place. I actually beat the seniors like on my same team who were more experienced in that race. I don't even know where they placed, 18 and something else. And I'm sitting there beating myself up because I had first place. I ran out to the front of the pack and held that first lap. And then I remember my coach, Mr. Jones, was like, just one more time, yo, just like that. Do it one more time, get it. And I was just like, one more time? I don't know. Like, I just lost my steam. I was just like so embarrassed to go from first to fourth and to just feel that failure, that I just felt like everyone came out to see me, but it was like I failed in front of everyone.
But you didn't.
And it felt like, once again, my standards, like I wasn't living up to my standards. And so I was just like, I can't believe that just happened in front of everyone. And I was just like, no one ever come again. No one come see me. I don't want to fail in front of you. I just want to live my life.
Meanwhile, people from other teams were like, oh my gosh, you were like amazing.
My own teammates were just like, you were great. And I was just like, no, you're just saying that. I know I failed. I couldn't even get third. I didn't get on the podium. I couldn't get third place.
No plate pleasing you.
These two girls from Campus Magnet took first and second, and I spent the rest of my year trying to find a way to beat them. I only could beat them in the relay, this one relay.
Is that the one? I remember you telling me about Campus Magnet. And they were watching you, though. They were watching you.
Nah.
They saw it.
Whatever.
Everybody saw it, but you didn't. All you saw was that I didn't keep first place.
That's it. That's how I operate.
Yeah.
I want to win, and I want to win straight out the gate. Okay, I will prepare. I'm not one of those people that just runs out there without preparing.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to prepare, I just want the goal. That's it. But sometimes I'm okay with not always doing number one, and it's always like a challenge. It's a balance trying to, go for the best, and then just being happy with doing your best versus like that final victories. That's like an important thing I think I have to kind of instill in the kids, is that as long as you're trying your best,
yes,
that whatever the outcome is, you'll be able to celebrate it or learn from it.
Right. Meet the Robinsons, when he travels to the future and he didn't fix something, one of his actual inventions. He wasn't able to repair it. And everybody cheered up for him. Like, yay, you made a mistake. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, that's amazing. You made a mistake.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you can learn from your mistakes. You can't always succeed. What are you really learning?
Right.
The mistakes you make in life help you learn.
Very true.
Same thing with you.
I suppose.
You backtrack sometimes.
Yeah. Rein it in and just try it again a different way.
That's all. I wish they still had Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, I'm just up. I'm sure you could get that. Like, you have it on YouTube.
But it was like when I was little and watching it, that one thing stuck, and I didn't realize it had stuck until I had you.
What's that?
When you were trying to decide what you wanted to do, what you wanted to be in life. You were coming up on your senior year, and I think you said your friends pretty much knew where they were going to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you had no
clue.
idea what you wanted to do.
Not at all.
And we sat down and I said, so what do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? And you looked at me like I had two heads.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, just let me know. What do you really like to do? And you said drawing. I like to draw. I said, you can make a career out of that.
Nope.
Couldn't do it. What do you mean? How? What? Graphic design.
No, that's not how it came about.
How?
Mm-mm. It was like you were saying, yes, make a career out of drawing and everything. And I'm like, there's a whole phrase. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Starving artist. It's like, no. So I was like, all right, you can't make money. But it wasn't until I joined the yearbook committee at high school. My high school.
My bad.
Because it was like where the guy comes in, he teaches us how we have to make it, lay it out and everything. And I'm just paying attention, as I always do, just taking notes like, all right, we're going to excel at this. Yeah. So
are you sure you weren't doing that just because you wanted to get in all the pictures?
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. Because
Okay.
in my junior high school yearbook, there was like one sad, tragic photo of me, just like not even paying attention. And so I'm like, that's not happening in high school, buddy. Not happening. So yeah, I joined the committee, and then they were just like teaching us how to do it. And so I just paid attention to what the rules were. I like knowing the rules so I could figure out how much I can push or break certain rules. Mm-hmm. So I got to have a hallway pass so that I could just walk around the hallways and take pictures of student activities and stuff. And I had a really short schedule my senior year anyway. So, gave me something to do, kept me out of trouble. But then working on it, it was so much fun. And I was like, yo, this is really, really cool. What is this called? What we're doing? Yearbooking? What is this thing? And I'm not really sure who told me graphic design, but it was like, it was the end of the school year and everybody's already putting out their college applications. And I'm just now like, I could do this. What is this? I can major in this thing. So graphic design, okay, that's what we're going to do. And you were just like, I've been trying to tell you this all of your life, Sean, all of your life.
No, it's kind of sad that a lot of parents don't give that kind of advice to their kids. It's like, take something you really, really enjoy and see how you can make a career out of it. I wish my mother could have told me that. It probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm just glad I could share that with you. And that's why I miss Schoolhouse Rock. Just even for that one segment. Take what you love, take what you enjoy, take your hobby and make a career out of it. And it happens on occasions where these entrepreneurs they explode, and then it kind of dies down a little bit, and then boom, they come back. And now it seems like we're going through that explosion state.
Yeah,
because you just see so many businesses popping up, and you can't say that they don't enjoy doing what they do.
That is the thing. Like when I talk to Devon now, 2 more years he'll be starting high school, and I keep trying to get him to try different things just so he can figure out what he's really into and what he's passionate about early enough for him to kind of like get classes on it while it's free,
right,
or super cheap. So it's like they have like photography classes that he can take.
Oh, really?
And this community college down the road and everything, it's like you can sign up when you're 14, and it's like, all right, it's $80, but it's like it's a start, and it's something that he can start to figure out before it costs him like $200 per class, per credit, or something like that. But it's more about just making him focus on what he's passionate about. And I really, watching the way he moves, I feel like he's not going to go out and find a job. I feel like he's going to create one.
Yeah.
And I thought at first it would be video because he was always right by my side with the videos. And then he always had to rely on me to help him with the videos. But now I see him kind of moving towards culinary. And it's like he can just do that on his own.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need me for anything unless it's like, hey, Ma, I need these ingredients. Let's go
Or
get
advice.
them.
Every now and then, the advice. So when he was when he made the ramen for everyone, that first batch was amazing. Still, it impressed the heck out of me. But I think that second batch where he went overboard on the broth and he wasn't happy with it. And I saw you in that part of it. It's like, Devon, you just created this broth. I mean, it doesn't taste as good as the first one, but it's not bad. But he didn't like it, so it's completely...
It's trash.
There you go.
Get it out of here.
So outside of that, just advising him, steering him, don't overdo it, but he learned from it too.
Yeah, no, and his dad at that moment was like, listen, sometimes you just gotta keep it simple.
Yeah.
Like the purity of the flavors, they've got to come through. You got to hit these notes, but you don't want to cover them up and mully them. I mean, he doesn't sound like that. I don't know why I'm making this voice.
But then I see him in you in that he's so hooked on ramen. He wants to go to Japan.
Yeah.
He can't find a ramen shop somewhere in the United States that's
he's tried.
Authentic. Yeah. I mean, even getting him to California or someplace
that would be cute,
where they would have him. He has to take himself all the way to Japan to visit an actual authentic ramen shop. Yeah. And that's his mom. It's like, go hard or go home.
I recently had someone tell me, and it's like always crazy to hear something about yourself from several different people, especially if you don't realize it. Right. But someone was just like, yo, it's like all or nothing with you.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
You don't do like no middle.
Nope. You sure don't. Like, okay, case in point. That makes me think of that one of your first college assignments. I think all you had to create was packaging for a product.
No.
And it was the saddest part is I was right there with you. But it was so much fun. I mean, you went from, hey, how does this look to you? And, I have to create some kind of an advertisement for it.
No. The instructions were create your own spa.
Okay.
Just create a spa, imagine it, make it unique so that you can create this one-of-a-kind packaging for it.
It was unique.
And so I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool to get like a massage in Antelope Canyon? And it's just like, oh, yeah, that's Native American land and everything. Okay. It could be like authentic treatments and all this other
Sweat
cool
lodges,
stuff.
The whole shebang.
I was just like, yeah, let's do this. And then I was like, all right, Ma.
How we getting there?
All right, I know you could brainstorm with me on some things. So yeah, if there's anything that shows how I go from 0 to 100,
that would be
real quick. Yeah.
But I think we did, I liked it in that we took every aspect of it and questions like, how would you get there? Because we're in the middle of the desert.
Right.
My favorite part was that bullet train.
The bullet train. It goes straight from the
airport to the spa.
To the spa.
That was amazing.
Yo, I wish you could have seen my teacher's face when I was just like, all right, you guys, I got an idea. And she just sat there like, at first she was just frowning and nodding like, okay, she really thought about this. She really thought about this. Okay, let me just see where she's going with it. And she's nodding and just kind of looking, and then she's just like, she's like, all of that, huh?
All of that. Go big or go home.
And so she's like, all right, so I understand there's a bullet train, but are you going to do anything like a sweat lodge maybe? Because I didn't mention it. And I'm like, of course, that goes without saying. Like, do I really have to say that? Like, come on, of course. But, some people, they
have to see everything laid out in front of them.
I was getting to that. Yeah. Okay. Could I start at the bullet train or no? Anyway.
We even had accounted for a helicopter landing pad for
Landing pad.
the upper tier clients who don't want to be bothered with
that.
the
No, you're-
train. You just fly right in.
I had vision, okay? I could see where this thing was going. I know it was just a college assignment, homework assignment, project, whatever. And I think I aced it, honestly.
I did too.
The packaging was very, very cool. I think it came out good.
I do too.
There are certain parts of it, and that's the funny thing when you look back on old work, is like you kind of cringe at it, but I still cringe at certain parts. But other parts of it, I'm just like, I still love. How many years have I been doing? I started this in 2007. I started Out of Proportion Studios in 2007. So
Wow.
yeah, I've been doing this for a
and
little
you
while.
never wavered from it.
No, and I really didn't have a choice because
You did.
it was. I guess I did.
You did, but you stuck with it.
All or nothing again.
That was your baby.
Yeah, because I was making sure that I was going to use this degree that I earned. And I wasn't just going to just go get any job, even though I wasn't landing any jobs.
When you had that first job out of school.
Listen, my life would have been so different.
It would have been.
And I'm so okay with the way it is. But it was like it was a law firm, or it's not even a law firm. It was a place that created journals that had something to do with lawyers, briefings or something. I don't even know. But it was just typesetting. Like
All
there
I
was
know
no
is
creativity,
that for
no
somebody
design.
just coming out of college to get that kind of a salary offer, and then for you to just,
Because they were going to suck me dry.
I get that now.
My
I
whole
get it.
soul.
Oh, but I was so mad at you. I'm like, you did what? I told him no.
It wasn't about the money.
Wasn't.
Wasn't.
I felt like I could see. What were you saying, that you were in the building, in the office, and you kept seeing yourself escaping to the Port Authority or something? You were just breaking out.
I don't remember.
You just could not. Even during the interview, you felt like the walls were closing in on you.
It was just so stuffy.
Yeah.
Everything was just so tight, and not at all what I experienced in at the Art Institute.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I went to the studios that were right there in Tribeca. You know, they were so cool. Some of them had dogs walking around before that was a thing.
Yeah.
And it was just creative people. They had pool tables. One place was like, because one of our assignments was to go find 3 different studios and just ask them to let you tour their space. And so the lady who was giving me a tour, she's like, yeah, there's a pool table over there. There's a ping pong table over there. And anytime anyone needs a break, they just leave their desk and they just go play. And it's just like, you can just go play whenever you want.
Is that why there's a pool table down here?
Yes, actually, because I need a break quite frequently. And, sometimes the tonics aren't enough.
Yeah,
you have to just walk away.
But they're good.
But it's just like, I thought that space was so amazing. And I ended up at this other place. And I was just like, no, this isn't what they promised. They didn't, no.
Where do I go play?
Where is your puppy? Why isn't there a dog walking around here?
Yeah.
Why is everyone in suit and ties? I need jeans and sneakers. It's just,
Yeah,
it was
I get it
too
now,
much.
But at the time, I'm like, she just turned down that salary.
And then struggled.
Seriously.
Could not find another offer anywhere. Nobody wanted me.
But you know what? Now, being here.
Because I had to create it.
Yes.
I couldn't just go work for somebody.
No.
I needed to learn how to create my own business.
And it started with that grant.
Yeah. No. Even before. That's when it took off.
Okay.
See, the only reason why they gave me the grant was because they saw what I was doing already on my own.
That's right.
And so it was like 2007 to 2011, I think, is when I got the grant.
Really?
So it was just like, what speaking of like that entrepreneurial boom thing happening, that was like 2007. It was like kind of like the recession happening.
Yeah.
And so I saw all these other people who were doing their day jobs, but then calling me for logos for their passion projects. And so their passion projects are what they really cared about, but they knew they had to get the money from somewhere else to fund it. And I was just like, yo, plus I can't even get a job right now. I bet you this is going to be a thing. I think more and more people are going to need help just making their own businesses look more marketable. I can help people who are just like me, starting their own business, and give them a leg up in their field.
And there you expanded.
Just so that they can, compete in the market.
So
because
that was your probably one of your first expansions of your business. So you went from just creating logos and doing graphics to almost advising people, helping them start their own businesses.
Which is also why now this podcast is also happening. So since, I don't even know, not so much in the beginning, but later on after the grant and so forth, people have just been asking me like, yo, can I keep you around? Because I build these relationships with my clients. And we talk about everything. Some of them, I know their personal business. Most of the time they know mine. I need to know their process, how they work as an individual, so I can have that fused in with their business and what they're doing so that their business feels like them and it's not just some stark thing that just doesn't connect. And so it's just after our work is done and we're finished with business, some of them have asked me can you still help me? Can I call you? Can I get advice? And just, can you guide me on the next steps? Because I need you. I'm just well, yeah, I mean, I can't see myself charging for that consultation. I never really charged for consultation, but I can see that a lot of times that I didn't keep up with everyone because it is my time, and it's all right, well, I got other things I need to do. I can't always sit on the phone with someone for an hour just to kind of coach them along on where to go. And I guess this podcast is an extension of that as well. But you know what else it is? I realize is that I've always want to do something different. I always want to do something new. That's why I even started in that aspect is I'll have different projects all the time, different people, different personalities, different ways to try new things. And that'll be so much fun because it'll never get boring. It'll never be, but somehow it still got boring. I'm okay, I'm done making logos now. No more websites, no more. Okay, video, yeah, let's do that. All right, I want to do video.
And you almost did a commercial.
Well, no, I did do one but it's social media. It wasn't on TV.
I mean a full out commercial with that guy, the window guy.
Oh, yeah. No, that was going to have
already
so many components built into it.
Yeah, but there was something you were saying. That's your...
My next level.
Yeah.
Just strategizing specifically because he had a goal of becoming more popular in the neighborhood and everything. And I'm oh, well, yeah, you do this, and you do that. And he's okay, so we get all these people involved, and then the commercial features them, they'll share it, there'll be more. But yeah, he turned out to be a bigot. So, I won't say he was a full-blown racist, but he was definitely a bigot.
Yeah, and that's bad enough.
I had to just leave him alone.
But just to make that point, you were ready to go and do it.
Yeah.
Make a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I know you did the Ace hardware.
Yeah.
And that came out really good.
Yeah, it was all right. It got fifth place.
It was a first time attempt. My gosh.
It got fifth place, which was enough for some money.
It wasn't good enough. It wasn't first place.
It wasn't even top 3. Once again, I went from 4th to 5th. I just want to be top 3.
I thought it was great. I was just showing, look at my daughter's commercial.
Yeah. And now I'm the sound quality is so bad. Oh, man. The idea was great. I thought it was really funny. That's what killed me, the sound quality.
No.
Yeah. And probably not showing the logo sooner. It took forever to build to get to the Ace.
Well, you took something, you came in 5th place, which in my book is not bad for a first time go. you weren't happy with it, you saw where you could have done better, you learn from it.
Yeah.
And you go out and you nail it someplace else.
Yeah.
So
I suppose. I suppose. But yeah, no, it's interesting to just now be starting this podcast, something else that's a part of it, but new and different enough for me to be like, oh, let's see how this goes.
I'm really excited because I've seen you come up with these like great ideas and, and then you just like, okay, yeah.
I'm over it.
I'm over it.
It's over.
Like your t-shirt.
Yeah, no, like I swear there's going to be a whole episode for this.
You got me so excited about, you did this whole thing behind it, the whole video.
That's what it was about though.
Yeah, the video.
It was just about the video. It was never about selling t-shirts.
So here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You started this whole, you named it.
Simplicity Complex.
You named it. You did this whole video. You created different t-shirts. Mm-hmm. You got people in this video wearing the t-shirts, posted it on social media, and then I'm done. That's all I wanted to do.
I just needed an excuse.
I don't even know how long it took you to come up with the name of the company.
Simplicity Complex?
Yes.
It
wasn't just, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, Simplicity Complex. Yeah, no. And you have a whole meaning behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's always a double meaning for me.
But it's
gotta have
like
layers
you went
and
through,
depth.
yes, exactly. For something that was just going to be a video. You're like, I wanted to mean something. The name of I'm branding it. I asked to mean something.
Yeah.
And, t-shirts, we could do that. I could totally do t-shirts. It'll knock them down. And then go through what you went through to find this one.
Yeah, this hoodie.
You couldn't just pick it couldn't just be a white t-shirt.
Well, there were some white
t-shirts. There were
t-shirts.
some white ones, but this one,
I wanted the hoodie to be very cool, so
yes.
I needed
and then
it to
had to get
it needed to be different.
Foil. Yes,
it needed to be different.
You had to get the foil to match the buttons. You went up there with it. The name of the company.
Yeah.
And then the video was amazing.
But that's really what it was about.
I know.
And so, but I did all of that other stuff just in case by some miracle, the video did well enough for people to actually say, I want a t-shirt. And I could still press up like 10 more, 20, however many you need. I got it. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching and listening right now, if you want you a different t-shirt, simplicitycomplex.com. Simplicity spelled with a T-E-E. For T, you get it?
And that's it.
You
You got the website.
Yeah.
You went through all of these steps that you would tell anybody who's starting their own business. You went through all of those steps just to make a video.
Yeah.
And then you were happy.
It was about the message.
Yeah.
I had to it's just so frustrating in this time with 45 in the White House and just all these messages of hate that are coming out and just people just not embracing each other's differences.
Right.
Sometimes to the point where individuals don't embrace their own differences, what makes them unique, what makes them different. And so I sat there like, I know I've worked with too many people that have all these great talents. I can use all of them to just show off what they do, and they could all be wearing the shirt, and that's just the way it'll just promote, embracing your differences or each other's differences, because that's what makes us great.
Yeah.
And that's what makes each individual person them. Everybody should be different. And anyway, I said it's going to get its own episode. I promise. Okay. I'm going to get Deidre in here. She's going to talk about that. And
I think that was one of my favorite parts of the video, her and her daughter.
Oh, little Chloe at the end. It made you cry.
Yes,
always crying when I do.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You just cry.
Because you always bring in that emotional part to
it.
You bring in an emotion. You don't just film it. that message, whatever that message is that you're trying to get across, it comes across. It really does.
To you.
And it touches people. Well, it touched me.
Bias much, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
You did it at the airport twice. You made me cry.
Oh, showing you other videos.
Yeah.
That
and I had to tell you to stop or
I
I'd
knew.
smack you.
Yeah, I knew. I'm like, yeah, I want to make something like this.
It's like, oh no.
I think tears are like one of the best compliments ever. It's delicious to me. It actually is. It really is something special. Like, all right, you cry, fine. But if I got like a complete stranger to cry, I'd be like, yes, you're giving me powers. I can feel it.
Oh my gosh.
Your tears. I don't know. It's like the ultimate compliment,
Oh,
I
you're
think.
funny. Yeah.
So this is the next venture. You like the studio?
I do.
Yeah?
It's really nice.
Oh my.
All your equipment.
From jobs past. Yo, I can't wait to talk about how that came about. Like my first job doing t-shirts, because my client was like, I need 250 t-shirts for an event. I'm like, sure, I got a guy. I know a guy.
And when the guy didn't come through.
He failed. I was like, I can't tell my client that the guy, I told her I was getting a guy. She was trusting me to find the right guy, and he wasn't.
And what did Miss Chandra do?
So I'm like, all right, listen, I'm going to have to make these t-shirts myself. Now, I've never done this before, but trust me, I've got a plan. I think it's going to work. She's like,
and voila.
She's like, okay, I trust you. Go for it.
And you did.
And I did deliver 250 t-shirts.
Yes, you did.
And it was quite a blast.
Yeah.
Quite a learning experience.
Yes, it
but
was.
it's like what I needed. It was something I needed to add to my business.
And you did.
And ended up using it later on. And I think I'm going to get back into it again, honestly.
I want to see you use that.
I want to make more t-shirts.
That video slide thing.
I have used it.
I want to see it.
You want to see the process of it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see me actually in
Use
the
it.
making of okay.
Yeah.
You really didn't.
I know.
You didn't drink nearly as much as I thought you would.
I thought I would be too, but
I mean,
I promise I'll finish it.
I mean, okay. Oh, okay. Well,
Good tonic.
yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
I think that'll do.